Hey everybody, thank you for checking out the One Day Diet. This is Ron. I'm here to help you reach your goals. I'm going to try and get through this quick so we can get you going. This is simple, but it's not easy. First of all, we all have different meanings to different words. So I want to define the word diet. The Webster's definition is the kinds of food that a person, animal, or community habitually eats. A vegetarian diet, a special course of food to which one restricts oneself, either to lose weight or for medical reasons. You could be on a diet to gain weight, lose weight. You could be on a good diet, bad diet. So don't look at the word diet as a bad thing. Now, I've spent the past few years narrowing down why diets work and why they fail. And that's led me to the One Day Diet. Now, the reason why diets work initially is because it does give you a plan to follow. The reason why they ultimately fail is because you're being told what to do by this plan. And when you reach your goal, you go back to your habits. So, like, for example, the Nutrisystem and Jenny Craig, Nutrisystem, they're saying, you don't have to count calories, no meetings, blah, blah, blah. That's right, because you're paying them to send you food, and they tell you what to eat. They've done the counting the calories. They've done the nutritional facts. They've done the protein facts. And I say, here you go. If you can afford to do that and you want to do that, that's fine. It works if you follow it. Now, what do you do when you reach your goal and you don't want to pay them to send you meals anymore? What do you do when you go on vacation? What do you do when something else comes up? That's why you have to personalize your plan and do it in a way to make a permanent lifestyle change. And that's why the One Day Diet focuses on being successful one day at a time on 9 fundamentals. Henceforth, one day at a time, the One Day Diet. Watch what you eat one day at a time. Be successful one day at a time. Now, the 9 fundamentals are to read and visualize your plan daily, stretch, exercise, watch your calorie intake, proper nutrition, proper routine, drink water, get the proper amount of sleep, and track your results. There's no diet plan. There's no one out there that's going to disagree with any of these. These are the fundamentals that are in any weight loss regimen, whether it's Nutrisystem, they're counting your calories for you, they're giving you the proper nutrition, proper protein, but you don't know what's going on, and you may be a little bit different. Every diet plan out there has worked for someone and has failed for someone else. Now, the first fundamental is to read your plan and visualize daily. Part of the problem is in our mindset, your subconscious is what guides you. It's the input that you've gotten from a small baby on up through childhood, different things you've learned that's giving you the concept of life and how things are supposed to work. And when you've been overweight and unhealthy for so long, you've been on this roller coaster, you see yourself subconsciously as this overweight person. So it even happened to me. I walked in front of a full-length mirror once after I lost all my weight, and I was like, wow. I literally did not recognize myself at first, because in my mind, I was still that overweight. In my subconscious, I was still that overweight person. What happens is, if that's what your subconscious eye sees, it's going to do things to make that happen. That's why if you visualize yourself as this healthy, fit person, even when you're not, don't let the reality mess with your future. Because if you can visualize it, if you can see it, then you'll do the things to attain that. But what happens is we don't do that. We force ourselves to go on these diets. We force ourselves by willpower to do what we're supposed to do. We lose the weight, but we've never changed that mental attitude. So we still see ourselves as that overweight person. And then what happens is we go back there. Stretching, can you lose weight without exercise? Sure. But I'm going to tell you right now, stretching, stretch. That's what yoga is all about. It'll help you decrease the chances for injury. But if you stretch, even if you don't exercise, what I'm saying is at least stretch. There's so many things that go wrong with our body because we're not stretched properly, and we're not our blood flow's not proper, our alignment's not proper. I had plantar fasciitis, and I fought it for so long, and you know what the cure for it is? It's stretching. Exercise. I'm a huge advocate of exercising. That's the only true way to boost your metabolism. Doesn't mean you have to go out and run marathons. Doesn't mean, exercising can be different things, but you can move your body. Even if you have knee problems, joint problems, you can move other parts of your body you've got to increase the heart rate. That's what exercise does. It makes your heart pump, and it helps flush the bad toxins out. It's kind of gross, but the analogy that I use is a toilet bowl. If you've got a dirty toilet, right, and you spray cleaner in there and don't flush it, that's what happens if you don't exercise. You can eat good, and now eventually it's going to flush a little bit, but exercising is like flushing the toilet. It helps flush everything out. So that gets everything going. And our bodies, we were designed to be hunters and gatherers. You think about hundreds of years ago, much less thousands of years ago. You had to run from animals, from prey. You had to go build your houses. You had to do all kinds of things to be physical. Well, over time, our bodies haven't changed that much, but our lifestyles have. So now we sit around and our cores get weak. So a lot of times when you have pain somewhere, that doesn't mean that's where the pain has originated from. If you've got a pain in your back, it could be because one leg's weaker than the other, or you got something wrong with your foot and you're just not aligned. So it's throwing things out of whack. But when you start building muscle to strengthen the skeleton and strengthen your core, a lot of these problems go away. You feel better, and it has nothing to do really with looks, although you can exercise and tone your body and look better, but you're going to feel better. It's going to make you healthier. Now, as I was saying earlier with portion control, what happens when you have family coming out of town, they want to go out to eat, or your work goes out to eat, and you don't have your Nutrisystem? You don't know what you lose your mind when you come up on all this food. But when you're in control and you learn what calories are in what you like to eat, and you know that you're in control, and you know that you can eat proper portions whenever you want. Proper nutrition, I'm going to tell you right now, I love my pizza, I love my nachos, but I found ways to get the nutrition that my body needs. Now, you can go vegetarian and you can eat salads and eat all these things here on the screen, or there's another way to get that nutrition and eat other things. Protein is a little bit different than nutrition. There is nutrition in protein, but protein is the fuel. You need protein, whether it comes from meat or whether it comes from beans and nuts. I'm not saying that you have to eat meat here, but you have to get protein. You can't just eat fruits and vegetables. You have to eat things that have protein and give you fuel. And it depends on, because everybody's different, depending on whether you want to lose weight, gain muscle, if you're wanting to tone up, depending on how much protein you're going to need to get. Water, we all know the theory behind water. Our bodies are 75% water. Water is extremely important. I used to hate drinking water, but gradually over time, I've convinced myself, again, in the mind, when I started taking a look at my calories, I didn't like counting calories, but I said, you know what? If I'm really going to do this and do it right, this is what I had to do in the beginning. And I started looking at how many calories were in the drinks I was drinking. I said, you know what? I'd rather eat my calories than drink them. So that's what gave me the motivation to start drinking more water. Now it's not a problem. One of my favorite quotes is, what was once difficult is now easy with practice. Sleep, I can tell you right now that sleep is definitely a contributing factor to you losing weight. I used to weigh myself at night and weigh myself in the morning. I did that for 90 days when I was on my original challenge, and I could see a difference between how late I went to bed, how long I slept, because my eating habits were consistent, my working out was consistent, and if my sleeping patterns changed, I could definitely see a correlation. And we all know that getting sleep is very important, and we're gonna have to work on getting uninterrupted sleep. I'm saying not getting up, go to the bathroom or anything. The scale, tracking your results. A lot of people say stay away from the scale. Scale doesn't work. Blah blah blah. That's true, depending on where you're at and what your goals are. If you need to lose weight, the scale is your best friend. It doesn't lie, and it's a tool to measure. That's it. That's it. If you're trying to tone up and gain some weight, the scale might not be the right tool. But if you need to lose weight, the right tool is the scale. Because here's the thing. The variable is your metabolism, how many calories you burn in a day. We can count the calories in the food, and we can see how much you weigh. Calories, typically 3,500 calories equals 1 pound. So I'm not going to go into the formula. I'm not going to make it difficult, but you can tell by how much you eat in a day, how much you exercise, then you weigh yourself the next day, and you make your adjustments from there. You either eat less or exercise more. It's really that simple. And if you don't want to exercise, just eat just enough where each day you weigh the same. Then you know, if you're eating and you're starting to gain weight, you know you need to eat less if you don't want to exercise. Although again, I'm a big proponent of exercise. You need to exercise no matter what because your body needs that. But don't be afraid of the scale. The scale is simply a tool. Don't wait till your clothes don't fit because then it's too late. It really is that simple. And again, there's a truth to everything. Yes, you should use the scale. No, you shouldn't, depending on what your goals are and where you're at. That's why the one-day diet focuses on one day at a time and on your personal plan. Now, these are the fundamentals. If you can focus on being successful one day at a time, you're going to have a long-term goal. But if you can do it one day, just focus on one day at a time, you'll reach your goals, and then you'll create lifelong habits. Now, I'm going to show you real quick. Let's get out of this and go. Here's the one-day diet plan. Now, read your plan and visualize each day. I want you to take time to just 5 minutes and picture yourself as a healthy, fit person. What you do as a healthy, fit person. And you'll start to internalize that, and you'll start doing those things. When you go to reach for that donut, you'll know I'm fit and healthy. I don't eat those donuts. Unless you've done something to deserve it. Have one donut, not 3. But read through your plan, and once you get all this filled out, you read it so you know what your goals are, what your plan is, so you stay on top of it. See, we tend to let other people tell us what to do, get on Jenny Craig or whatever, and then we lose focus. But when you stay focused and you read it every day, it'll take just a minute. And then to start changing your neural pathways, have a little statement. You can come up with your own statement. Don't make it big. Don't make it hoopty. Or just read this one. I am in control. I eat proper portions. I eat what my body needs because I'm in control. I exercise to be fit and healthy. I focus on one day at a time because I am in control. You read that every day, twice a day preferably, for 30 days. That's going to start getting into your subconscious. And you're going to have the confidence when you go out to eat. You're not going to be afraid to go out to eat. You're not going to starve yourself or deprive yourself. You'll know that, if you exercise, you deserve to have a piece of cake, or instead of having 3 or 4 pieces of pizza, you'll just have 1 or 2 pieces because you'll be in control. Now, put a spot here for if you want to watch your measurements. Your inches, write down your measurements here for the first day, and then in 30 days, measure again. Here I say put tomorrow's date because it'll start the day after that. Because you might be doing this at night and you're not going to start tracking your results tomorrow. So it's going to put the next day. So if, for example, it says the 1st of January. If you put in the 1st of January, actually start on the 3rd. So for example, today's the 27th of February. So if I put tomorrow's date, which would be the 28th, and it's going to start March 1st. And you put your current weight. Now I started off at 2,000 calories. You can change that if you want to do it a little less. Don't go any lower than 1,500 calories a day. That's typically, for men it's 15, women it's 1,200. That's how many calories your body needs to function. Depends on how you want to go about this. A lot of times we go too crazy. If you can get to where you maintain, that's why I put 2,000 calories, then you can adjust from there. Put your goal weight. For myself, it would be 205. Target heart rate. If you're gonna, you can click here to go get your target heart rate. There's a chart that goes by your age. If you're gonna work out, you need to make sure that, because it's very easy, especially if you haven't been working out, to go over your maximum heart rate. And once you do that, your body will stop burning fat and you're wasting your time. So you can actually work out too hard. You can also not work out hard enough. There's a range between 50 and 85% that you want to stay in, typically at 85%. You can do bursts to get up to 100%, but then let your heart rate come back down to that 85% of your target heart rate to get the maximum benefit out of your workout. Because you might feel like, oh my God, I'm working out, and you check your heart rate and it's barely up. So I recommend getting a heart rate monitor to make sure that you get the maximum benefit out of your workouts, which we can go into that in more detail. And the protein is automatically tabulated for you. For me and my calorie intake and my weight, I need to get at least 92 grams of protein. Typically, I would need to get a little bit more because I'm trying to tone up. So again, that's personal. We can get together on that, and I can help you figure that out. So basically, all you do is, I really just want you to focus on the calories first. We'll focus on the quality of calories later. And you know what's good for you and what's bad for you. But we don't want to go overboard. We don't want to start off with a routine that you can't stick to. You don't want to deprive yourself. So, but if you just focus on the calories, then you'll know. Like, for example, let's say, I'll give you something close to what I do. 530. I usually have a shake in the morning. I'll have a snack in a couple of hours. 150. We'll say that has 15 grams of protein. 1 o'clock, shake or a meal. So that's got 25 grams of protein. 3 o'clock, I usually have a boiled egg. That's about 100 calories and 6 grams of protein. Let's say 6 o'clock, you have dinner, another 500 calories, another 30 grams of protein, and let's say you have a snack a little later, and it's only got 5 grams. So there I'm at 1,900 calories. This is a guideline for you. Gives you a basic time to eat. Okay? You don't have to eat right at 9 o'clock. Eat at 8, 10 o'clock, whatever. But what matters is the total. And you don't want to eat 1,900 calories all at one time. You do want it to be spread out somewhat, at least 3 times a day. It takes 3 to 4 hours for you to digest your food. So that's why you want to spread it out a little bit. And again, this is just a suggestion, kind of what I do, what I follow. And you just simply have to make sure that whatever you're eating that adds up to 500 calories has protein that equals 92. As you see here, I went over to 111. So it's really, don't make this out harder than it needs to be. You can like, okay, for example, 2 eggs, that's 200 calories, and you put toast and orange juice and make it equal 500 calories. Let's say you only get 300 calories in the morning. Whatever you're eating, if it's only 300, then you know you've got 200 to add to your lunch. Like, for example, I had a piece of pizza today, and I said, I don't even know how many calories were in a pizza, so I Googled it. And it was a Papa John's, Supreme, the works. I had 330 calories in one slice of pizza, which I was kind of surprised. I guess I shouldn't have been. But, so that's what it comes down to. And don't get overwhelmed. Don't think, oh my God, I got to count everything. You basically have a routine that you follow every day, every week anyway. So you just need to know the calories of the things that you eat. And you can Google it. You can click here as a website that gives you nutrition facts. It's really easy to find out. Like, for example, a banana is 100 calories. Boiled egg is 86 calories. And you just get an idea. And you can put in, like, say here, put the different types of foods that would equal this. You know, don't say every day you're going to eat the same thing. You don't have to. Make it fit your lifestyle. But the whole point is you being in control, knowing what you're eating, how many calories it has, and how much protein is in it. We'll figure out how to get the nutrition. You're basically going to get the nutrition. You know greens are good for you. You know vegetables are good for you. Just mix those in somewhere in those calories. If you're a little low on the protein, you know, get protein bars. Find a protein bar that has a lot of protein in it, and you can eat that for a snack throughout the day to get your protein up. You know, there's different types of shakes out there. There's you know, and before you go get a shake, check with me, because there's protein shakes and there's nutrition shakes. There's protein shakes that have hardly any nutrition in them, no vitamins, but they're all protein. And that's what usually the bodybuilders eat, because they're trying to fuel their muscles. And that's not what you need if you're not a bodybuilder. So, again, it comes down to the calories in, calories out. It's just that simple. You need to do some form of exercise. I've got an exercise routine by a guy named Dr. Tita. It's 3 days a week, every other day, 15 minutes. So there are routines out there that you can do that's not going to require you to get out and go do a whole bunch of crazy exercise. But you've got to move your body. You've got to build some of the muscle around your your core. You know, all the computer stuff we do. You've got to do some type of exercise. And then by using this part here, see, this is already filled out. Once you fill that out, this goes down to 30 days. You're going to end up, it's calculated down to 10 pounds in 30 days. So that's a nice, easy, it's very possible to lose more than that, but that's a nice, easy regimen to follow. All you do is print this out after you filled it out, and then each day you write in the morning, get up in the morning and weigh yourself. Get up, go to the bathroom, and then go weigh yourself, and write down your results here. And just keep a mental note. You know, how much did I exercise yesterday? And you'll get to know after 30 days, and then after you do it again, you'll know, well, I can eat this much and I can exercise this much, and I'll either gain or lose weight. And you will be in control. That's the whole goal of this. But give me 30 days, and I'll change your outlook on your health and your weight loss. So I look forward to working with you and helping you reach your goals. So we'll see you on the other side. Don't forget to like the Facebook page. That's where I'm going to be posting everything. I'll be posting videos on giving more in detail about the 9 fundamentals, because it's simple, but it's not easy. And it's basically that simple, but we can make it a whole lot more complex. Again, it depends on your body. Everybody has I can make this successful for anybody, because not one thing works for everybody. So that's why it's tailored to be personal for you. So we'll see you guys on the other side.